So today we are watching Investigating AI Deepfakes. Okay. This is by CoffeeZilla. This is a long vid. This is 34 minutes. I make like 10-minute videos into 45-minute videos. So not this might be long. Also, I'm going to be doing this high because it's 420. So I will be smoking. I was going to watch a weed video for 420, but it was a podcast. It was the Gobcast. I was going to watch Goblin and the Raw CEO talk about why weed shouldn't be legalized and why corporates getting their hands on weed is a bad thing. But I just couldn't talk really that much in that video. This one I can, but it's gonna be a long vid. That's why I'm glad I'm doing it faded because, well, much funner, especially with a long vid. So let's get into it.
Deep fakes.
For the scams,
propaganda,
and harassment that they enable.
It was released 1 month ago, so it is fairly recent. I'm pretty sure. Fairly recent, yeah, 1 month ago. Okay.
Pretty spooky, right? Now, I tried to make this video 4 years ago, but I failed because it was too difficult to even demonstrate the technology. But today, anyone can be deepfaked, even the internet detective.
Hi everybody, this is CoffeeZilla, and I don't usually do videos like this, but the crypto market is going through a major crash.
Now, let me stop me right there. I can't believe I used to trust that guy. But
promoting a crypto scam?
truthfully, nobody is really safe from this tech. Mr. Beast, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Joe Rogan, Lex Fridman, The Rock, John Cena, they've all been deepfaked.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not just...
I will say this. Okay, I will say this. I lost my pick. But, oh, there it is. But what I'll say is the problem with AI, like deepfakes, is that medical scams, there are scammers trying to sell stuff that says, oh, instead of taking like this medicine, take this or this, and it's like some deep fake of some known doctor saying that, and then people actually believe that, buy that thing, and then pass away because they didn't like there was the wrong medication, or they had a problem and like they just got scammed out of something that would say that it would like save their life. Like I'm talking about like medical doctor AI deepfakes. That's on the rise because there are scam companies that are trying to promote their scam medical lifesaver, I guess. And it's for actual people with like people that like, they're trying to say they help, like, oh, you take this and it'll help like some disease or something, some medical condition, and it's actually kind of fucked up. Like that's a scam that's fucked up because that will ultimately kill people because you're telling them to buy this will help their condition. Don't take their medicine for the doctor because it's more expensive. This is a cheaper alternative, and supposedly like because it's a scam, in the ad it'll say sometimes it's even better than the like doctor prescribed medicine and stuff like that. So then some old, like 80-year-old will go on their phone, see this ad, and fall for it. And then all of a sudden, now they're feeling really shitty because it's not helping them. And it could ultimately kill them. Like if Like for deepfakes for diabetes. Deepfakes for diabetes. That's fucked up. Like if there's like a diabetes medicine out there that like it's like a cheap alternative, but it's actually like horseshit. Like that's crazy. That's fucked up.
For scams, viral videos, news reports. The White House has even shared deepfakes. And today, I want to
Ooh.
investigate all of it so we can finally learn what's real and what's fake.
I'm just gonna. Hold on.
All right, before we can investigate deepfakes, let's break down what they are. A deepfake is just a piece of media that makes a person do or say something that never happened using deep learning. Hence the word deepfake. The technology has been around since 2017, but it started going viral.
Oh, and I'll also mention AI uses videos to help, like companies use regular people's videos to help the AI learn. And now all of TikTok videos, you can actually turn it off on all your videos, but I'm gonna feel like most people aren't. They're gonna do it like with the videos that they post now on TikTok, but like the past ones, that's gonna take too long, and I'm assuming a lot of people won't. But TikTok videos now, all of them, can be learned, or AI can use, or like AI companies can use your videos to make the AI learn. And that's just crazy that like now there's like you have to turn off a setting, or AI is gonna like watch your video, or AI companies are gonna use your video to help AI learn and be better, which I don't like.
With this.
I'm gonna show you some magic. It's the real thing.
But like, see, like you can tell like there's something off in the face. But dude, if there's an 80-year-old person out there, dude, they're falling for this shit. Okay? Like 80-year-olds are falling for this stuff. Even people that are 30 and stuff, I'm assuming, are falling for this stuff. But I'm assuming not a lot, mainly 80-year-olds. And that's sad. Because I just feel like people shouldn't be this terrible and create scams.
Except, of course,
Especially
it's not the real thing.
preying on the old people.
That's not Tom Cruise. It's Miles Fisher, and he's the co-founder of Metaphysic AI, and he deepfaked himself several times, fooling almost everyone. If you made a chart of realism
That's
from 0 to
crazy.
100, this felt like a 90, and I was worried.
Like, a lot of people got fooled by it. Like, I could see that, dude. That sucks. Because that means, like, people, a decent amount of people are probably falling for AI scams. Which, I know people are going to say, oh, how could people be so stupid? They're falling for AI scams. They're stupid. They deserve it. Okay, you can say maybe some of them are stupid, but a lot of them are probably old. And even if they are stupid, what does that matter? People shouldn't be preying on those people. It's just wrong. So, motherfuckers, some people blame the victims, but people just shouldn't be trying to scam people. Like, people should just not, and actually, like, be a helpful human being, you know?
worried about how it could be abused with scams, especially as they put in more
and
effort.
not like hurt people's livelihoods and create more pain for people.
Time and money to push the realism. And that's why I reached out to Metaphysic AI in 2022 to collaborate, and they agreed to deepfake me so I could warn people. But unfortunately, that's when I hit a roadblock because I learned about the incredibly complicated technology behind Deep Tom Cruise. I would need multiple broadcast cameras, lights, I had to read a special script, and that's just to get the model trained. Then you have to
Oh my
act,
gosh.
and for a variety of reasons, I wasn't able to finish the video. The magic of Deep Tom Cruise was that they made a very complicated process just look really easy. But ultimately, I'm glad I didn't finish that video because I was about to warn the world about this kind of hyper-realistic deepfake. And that's kind of what the world already is
But it
worried
is
about,
really
right?
realistic.
Because
Like
it
I can
captures our
barely
imagination.
like
We
when
can
I
all
look at that when I looked at that deepfake, like you can tell like there's something a little off, but like I already know it was a deep fake. So I'm assuming if there's a video that I'm not really paying that close attention, probably then it's not going to be a scam. But if I'm not paying close attention to a video and it's just AI, like I probably scroll on TikTok through some videos that are AI that that I thought were real. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
imagine a world where this is the norm, that you really can't tell what's real or fake. And that's why every few years, a hyper-real deepfake celebrity goes viral, because it's a step towards that fear.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, like Jordan Peele.
But today I'm convinced there's a bigger risk, something that I spent very little time worrying about, which is actually the dumb deepfakes, the slop deepfakes, the obviously bad ones that were made on consumer apps. The kind of deepfakes you don't need professional equipment for or a Hollywood team for. Early on, most people and myself just disregarded them.
But what's
because it just
like
seemed they were-
I get the problem, like it's just brain rot. But is it that much of a problem? Just AI videos. I would say it is because I don't want to watch it. But do I think it's like the biggest problem right now? No. I would say realistic deepfake scams are a problem. And a lot of countries are going to war. That also kind of is a problem. So
obviously fake, but the threat I didn't see coming was that curve we saw earlier flattening, and the low-effort deepfakes starting to get realistic enough to fool enough people. And that makes them far more dangerous than Deep Tom Cruise could ever be, because unlike him, anyone can make slop deepfakes easily and at scale. And of course, that's exactly what happened in 2025, literally the year of slop. That's when we all saw a tidal wave of content, and it's not a surprise why. AI tools had gotten cheap enough, easy enough, and just good enough to flood social media. And unfortunately, I think deepfakes are experiencing the same phenomenon. Just think about the difference between the two approaches. 4 years ago, I was set to collaborate with a world-leading deepfake company. I would need their help, their specialized technology, a custom training set, and a huge amount of data. But today, I deepfaked the intro you saw in the beginning with 2 $20 subscriptions by myself. I used the likeness of 3 presidents, the world's richest man, the world's most popular YouTuber and podcaster, and had them all say things they never said. And how long did it take me? 2 days, mostly because I'd never done it before. And you might say, well, it didn't look as real as Deep Tom Cruise, and that's absolutely true.
But that's not a lot of time, and she didn't even know like really what he was doing. So people are making these multiple times a day, and it's just gonna these AI videos are taking over also because a lot of people actually like these. I feel like more people hate AI, but a lot of people actually do like it. And there are AI creators that are making more money than like some like that are getting more views than some top creators out there. which is crazy how an AI creator is making more than some of the like richest YouTubers.
My question that
Or like
I'm starting
get more views than them.
to ask is, does it
Because
need to be that?
social media is pushing it. And it's just so like, oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure TikTok's pushing it. YouTube is pushing it. Like, it is just what?
Real to fool enough people to be dangerous. How good is the average person anyways at telling the difference between AI fakes and the real thing? And this is where I realized I needed an expert's help. So I went to the Discord diner to find answers. Can you tell me your name and what it is you do?
My name is Hani Farid. I'm a professor here at the University of California, Berkeley, where I specialize in digital forensics, misinformation. The first thing you want to ask yourself about the type of work that I do, which is building computational and mathematical techniques to detect fake content, is do you need it? Can your visual system and your auditory system tell? We run in my lab here at UC Berkeley perceptual studies where we, for example, have people look at images. Half of them are real, half of them are fake. Hundreds and hundreds of participants, they're barely above
but
chance.
you can, but I don't know if it's because they're next to each other, but that dog did look fake. I can't find it.
Images are through what we call the uncanny valley. They are now indistinguishable. Now with voices,
But I will
same thing.
say there are probably pictures or videos that I've seen that I thought were real. Probably, I would say because I didn't care too much to look into the video. But there are probably videos that I thought were real, probably. And they weren't. Like, it was just totally fake. So,
Real voices, fake voices, half real, half fake. We published this study just about a year ago, I think, maybe 9 months ago. Also, barely above chance. With video is interesting. So video is, we are doing this literally as we speak. We have a paper under review right now. I would say it's a little bit better than images, a little bit better than audio. Your accuracy, where chance is 50%, is about 70%, give or take. So slightly above chance. But again, in the best possible situation, in a lab setting where we're telling you what to do, they're not emotional videos, they're not partisanship, you don't have a prior belief. I would say within the next 12 months, full-blown video is gonna be over, right? It's over.
Let me repeat that. Most people cannot
Video is
tell
over?
fake audio. They can't tell fake pictures. And in 12 months, they probably won't be able to tell fake videos. What does this mean for us?
is that what he was just saying? Like, he thinks that in like a year, AI videos will be like indistinguishable. Like, it'll be so hard to tell. Like, only like a certain amount of people with like a certain IQ can tell which AI videos are fake or not. Or like only a small portion of people. Which, if that would be true, that would be, well, really bad. Especially for the old people, man. I do feel bad for them.
People who are living in
They're just
a
trying to
world
live.
of media. That is what this investigation is about. We're going to look at the 3 biggest applications of deepfakes in your life. Specifically, scams, propaganda, and explicit media. Starting with scams, where deepfakes are used all of the time to impersonate
But only a
people,
little
whether
bit.
it be a loved one, a celebrity, an influencer like Mr. Beast. They're usually deepfaked to sell a worthless product.
If you're watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who'll get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2.
That Alpha Grind product that's all over
$2.
TikTok.
No, but what are they promoting? Like, are you giving them $2? Like, what was that? He might have not shown the full video. Because who's falling for that?
If you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top.
Wait, what is that though? Because that's like an actual like
Celebrity,
Amazon.
an influencer like Mr. Beast. They're
That Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok, if you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right.
Okay. Alpha Grind, instant maca coffee for men. Natural energy, brain booster, no nootropic for ageless. Okay. I will say I am against some products like these. Like, for instance, NeuroGum. I haven't tried it, okay? But I'm not going to take a product, right? Well, besides, because I do smoke weed, so, like, I'm kind of, like, I would say I'm a little addicted to weed, you know? But, so I need that constantly. But I'm going to say, for products like that, when you buy those products, technically it's kind of like a scam. Same as, like, coffee. It is caffeine. Caffeine is a drug, okay? It's also a NeuroGum. Caffeine's a drug. With any drug that you consume a decent amount, like every day or around every day, like every other day even, you will need that to go throughout your day. A lot of people drink coffee every single day. People drink tons of coffee a day, and they need that to basically live. Like, they need that to stay up, because if they don't, their body's so used to getting caffeine that some of them won't be able to do nothing. Like, they won't really be able to do that much in a day because they didn't drink coffee. Like, it actually is, I would say caffeine is not the best drug in my eyes. But I also have ADHD, so it might probably affects me differently, but I don't like coffee. I don't like caffeine because it does make me get fucking zooted. Like, it makes me alert, you know? It makes me alert. But I just came to realize, because when I started drinking it, then I was like, oh my gosh, now when I don't have coffee, like, I don't feel good. Like, I feel like lazy. So then I stopped drinking it. But yeah.
At its top.
Or in my case, cryptocurrency.
And that's what it is with those other products, just like that. It has caffeine in it. When you buy those, in order, you like it. It's like, oh, this product wakes me up and I can stay alert and stuff like that. But the problem is, you'll need it. Like, some people will be using that product for the rest of their life because they're addicted to caffeine. A lot of people are addicted to caffeine, and it's not the best thing to get addicted to. I'm not going to be one of those people, but I'll say this. If the world ended, there would probably still be caffeine, but I'm saying if like everything shut down or something, caffeine supply would be low. Everybody would use it. And then people would, after like the withdrawals and stuff, but people would be like dying. They wouldn't be able to stay awake. They'd be dying. But that's probably not going to happen. But I'll also say, then you just need it through your daily life. Which I'm going to say, if you drink caffeine or you're addicted to caffeine, no hate. Like, it's just caffeine at the end of the day.
Like these.
So it's not like, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Well, I would say it's a bad thing, but it's not like horrible to be addicted to caffeine.
Best opportunities are born.
Sometimes they're even selling companionship.
We'll get through this together, step by step. You're not alone, and I love you more than words can say.
But the goal every time is to leverage your trust in the deepfaked identity and use it to make money. One of the most common schemes are live streams of President Trump or other famous CEOs deepfaked with a pretty simple scam.
If you want to come out stronger, you need to build your portfolio back up fast.
What's on the QR?
And that QR code is your gateway. Minimum 0.1 BTC, 1 ETH. You send, you get double. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, of course, President Trump is not actually going to double your money, and scammers just steal whatever you send. But despite YouTube trying for years to shut this down, they keep
How much
popping
people
up.
fall
These
for this?
scammers keep
I want
bypassing
a
restrictions all the time.
on how much that scam made. You know, I want to know. I want to know how much that motherfucker made, because if a decent amount of people are falling for that and they're making a lot of money, that's fucked. You know, that is, because if that's true, so much people are gonna do it because there are so much terrible people out there. Oh man.
And sadly, YouTube CEO even admits it's getting harder to detect what's real and what's AI generated, which he says is critical for detecting deep fakes. Now, because of this, YouTube
are they saying, well, I would say, is YouTube saying like the people that work there? I don't know how much people that work at YouTube, but I do know a lot of social media apps are going mainly like firing people and going to AI, doing everything. But like, are they using AI to detect AI? I would think that would be decent. Like, that would probably work, but not that good. Because I don't know, dude. If AI can detect AI 100% of the time, then yes. But I just think AI would get it wrong because they get a lot of things wrong. Ah! I just fucking hit my finger on my lighter. Why did that hurt so bad, man? Oh my god, dude. Oh. Okay, resume the video.
In 2026 is rolling out new tools to help creators catch deep fakes.
That's a bruise.
But even those solutions aren't perfect.
My name is Dr. Mikhail Varshavsky, better known as Dr. Mike. I'm a board-certified family medicine
I've seen a video
who makes content online.
I've seen a video of this guy. I watched are Bluetooth headphones bad for you? Like, do they give you cancer? The answer was no, by the way. But it was a good
focusing on busting health misinformation. We are fortunate enough that we're participating in a beta with the YouTube team on something called the likeness detection tool to potentially flag instances where people are misusing my image, my likeness, to say things that I'm not saying.
Have you seen yourself deep faked in the wild yet?
I am deep faked in the wild every single day, numerous times a day, and we're trying our best to fight back against that, given certain platforms have tools to fight back against this.
Oh, man.
But then there are platforms where you have no say, and you just have to be okay with your image being misused.
Right. Dr. Mike highlights a problem. He's in the YouTube detection program, stopping deepfakes, but even if that were perfect, on other platforms, there's just nothing to help him.
And the problem in this space is you're only as good as the lowest common denominator. You can have 9 out of 10 of these platforms doing the right thing, and one of them not, and guess where the bad guy goes?
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting.
Well, of course, to the place who allows deep fakes. Now, I should mention, it's not always a real doctor, detective, or Mr. Beast that's being impersonated. Sometimes the deep fake isn't even of a real person, but the scam is some kind of bait and switch. Like when Corridor Digital showed how an AI modeling photo was used to bait and switch people into buying a product that wasn't what they advertised. And this is actually a huge problem in e-commerce. The YouTuber Pleasant Green made a video about a trend of old people selling you handcrafted products, only to find out that all these old artisans are AI generated, and the real owners are selling cheap Chinese knockoffs, which look nothing like the product photos.
Yes, I've seen those on TikTok. I think I've also seen them on YouTube. But yes, when there's an AI video of some guy just like saying like it's handmade, or they'll put like fake sad comments on their posts, like saying like, oh, you should be ashamed, or just someone like absolutely hating, like saying no one's gonna buy your products and stuff like that. The comment's fake, and they add that so that people feel bad and buy their stuff, and it's absolutely like, oh my gosh, man.
That cute couple selling you hand-knit sweaters, they don't exist. But even if the primary use of deepfakes is impersonating real or fake people, sometimes it's just to make the scam more efficient.
But I feel like those are easy
Today
to
we're
see.
investigating
Oh my god.
AI deepfakes.
For the first time in history, as someone who busts scams all the time, by the way, I can tell you it's usually the edited and the real China. The product is impersonating real or fake people. Sometimes it's just to make the scam more efficient or to be safer. Think about scam callers. Previously, they needed a big call center. Sometimes they would get raided. But nowadays, those same companies can replace their workers with 10 times as many AI callers who don't sleep, don't ask for a raise, sound like a human, and most importantly,
dude,
do
I
not
didn't think of that. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I didn't think of that. But I guess it's kind of obvious that would happen. But that is crazy to think about. That the online call centers on my eye. I kept on itching it. Now it's itchy. But the what's it called? Oh my god, now I forgot what I was saying. Oh my gosh, yes. The Indian call scammers, dude, they're gonna switch to AI and it's just gonna be so bad, dude. I don't get those, but the people that sometimes answer those, ooh, it's bad, dude. It has to be bad. They're probably getting calls every day. Scam. By the same by just one company. 5 times a day. Calling the same people over and over. Oh my god.
The whistle on you, making the operation both more scalable and safer to run. As someone who busts scams all the time, by the way.
Because then there's less people to, lead you to the scam, you know? Because the people aren't real. So the scammers themselves usually would lead you to, the scam, you know? Or where they work.
I can tell you, it's usually
Now
the
it's
ex-wife,
ghosts.
co-workers, contractors who unravel the whole thing. But if you need fewer people, your risk goes down. Just look at Checkpoint Research, a cybersecurity firm who recently uncovered malware called VoidLink. It was described as highly modular, advanced with adaptive stealth, resembling the efforts of multiple teams of professionals, they said. Now, previously, all of that would be expensive and risky to maintain that headcount. But a few days later, Checkpoint Research discovered most of the code was authored almost entirely by artificial intelligence in less than a week, likely under the direction of a single individual. So AI is making sophisticated scamming possible for the first time in history as a solo operator. And it's much safer that way, with the tools for stealing credibility or just completely faking your identity easier than ever. And in the best of times, this would all represent a very serious threat. But we are also in a crime is legal era.
And I guarantee it's hard to find who's behind these AI scams. Because they have none of their personal data in their account, you know? They don't have their face. They don't got any ties to them. Possibly their phone number could be linked to their account. But, you know, you never know. But I'm assuming if you're doing that, you're putting in a fake phone number. If you do put in a phone number.
Making it hard to believe we're going to put up a fight against deepfake scams.
Or a
especially
burner
when our
phone
government
number.
actually kind of loves deepfakes. A lot. A lot. Which brings us to our next application.
Dude, I fucking hate that, dude. Why is the government posting so much AI bullshit? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. They gotta stop that. That is just fucking corny and just stupid. What are we doing? That's so unprofessional.
Propaganda, which is not new.
And
but
I'm not
deepfakes are
one
kind
to
of the
say
evolution of it. Now, most people assume,
but these motherfuckers try to be so professional, yet they're posting fucking AI videos. You spend all that time trying to be professional and do things the right way or in your own eyes the right way, yet you're fucking posting AI bullshit. What are we doing?
Propaganda is brainwashing. It's something that only dumb people fall for. It could never affect me, but the effects are much more complicated than you might realize. Take, for instance, these videos of Venezuelans crying tears of joy after their leader was captured.
Oye, el dictador cayó. See, but you can totally tell from the voice. you know? But I am gonna say there are probably a decent amount of people that fell for that, and that sucks. But you can totally tell from the voice.
Estamos libres, estamos libres. Oye, el dictador cayó finalmente. Granadito, hermano, esto es real.
Like the voice,
Estamos
like you
libres.
can tell that
Mira,
that's
mira cómo
AI.
está la gente. ¡Viva Venezuela libre! Gracias, Donald Trump.
What, dude? Like, look at her face. Like it does look a little tiny bit off, but that is really realistic.
Now, these videos were used as evidence that America's raid on Maduro was actually a great thing, even for the people of Venezuela. But those clips, turns out, are not real. They're, of course, AI
Well,
generated propaganda.
did they make
We should
any of those clips? Like, how do the people feel about that? Like, you know?
ask, what was the goal and effect of those videos? You might think the goal is to convince us that Venezuelans are happy, and that clearly worked because these videos went viral. But what is the effect on people who didn't fall for it?
crazy
People
that
who
they
saw
went
it get
viral,
debunked
bro.
a day later. I would know. I was one of those people who happened to see a debunked
So
video.
much people liked that video that it got and favored it and stuff like that. Like, dude.
And I brought it up with my buddy who we'd been talking about this situation. I asked where he heard Venezuelans liked our overthrow. He responded he was just reading Reddit, no objective data. I said a few fake AI videos were floating, hard to know what's real. He replied, yep, could be bots on Reddit as well. So think about this. Me and my friend are trying to just learn what's true, but we realize there's fake AI videos, could be bots, astroturfing. What's propaganda's effect on us? I mean, honestly, it's just suspicion of everything.
And this is the real danger here, is that we cognitively check out because we give up. It's just too complicated. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what not to believe. So we're like, all right, f it.
Alright, well, sometimes I'm like that, but it also depends on the video. I feel like most of the time I know that AI is fake, but I'm telling you that in a couple years, dude, in my opinion, I might not be able to tell. Like, or because there's probably some AI videos that I thought real that weren't, I'll probably be falling for that more often in the upcoming years, you know, because it's getting more realistic. But I would say that the times that I'm like that, like when I don't like care to figure out if it's AI or not, is because it's like something stupid and I'm gonna forget about it anyways. Like it's just like some brain rot video. Like I just don't care about those.
I give up, right? This is not a good outcome for a democracy. So here's what I can tell you about Venezuela. I must have seen a dozen videos of people celebrating and thanking Trump. Every single one of them was fake. The answer to these questions are always complicated and nuanced. Was there somebody on some street corner celebrating? 100% I believe that that is to be the case, right? But I also think, you know, in this particular case, figuring out what is happening in the world is incredibly complicated. Doing that in moments of military conflict is particularly complicated. And particularly when everybody wants an answer right now.
Yeah, he's right. And because everyone wants that answer now, propaganda is happy to step in. But the goal and effect of propaganda isn't just one thing. For some people, obviously, they made up their mind immediately before the facts came in. But for me and others who may have seen that debunk video, the effect was more suspicion. And that's funny because later, if you look at the polling way after the event, it turns out lots of Latin Americans and even Venezuelans were indeed happy about Maduro being removed. It's just that those videos were totally fake and not based on any kind of facts. So I'm not saying deepfake propaganda is always wrong and the opposite is always true. But propaganda is always fake and it makes real facts harder to find. In other words, it doesn't stop people from working to get informed. It just makes people feel like getting informed is too much work.
Yeah,
this is
like,
honestly well understood
well,
in places
first
like Russia
off, you
who are
shouldn't
more
use TikTok, but sometimes, like if I'm on TikTok or radio or something, I'll look up something on TikTok, and sometimes it'll be right. Like I'll get like an actual like real person talking about it and informing me. But then other times you look up something on TikTok, you just see like AI videos, and it's like, fuck, dude, I'm not watching any of these, dude. Like, it's
Familiar
just
with-
like crazy, like so much AI. But then there's also AI stories. He might talk about this, but there's also AI stories that AI created. Like some guy just made a video, created the story, and then other people did, and then it actually starts to become a real story, like, because it's not real, but it becomes real in people's brains, then they share it, and people actually believe it. Like a family member sees an AI video, believes it, tells another family member, they believe it, then it just creates a chain. And then all of a sudden, that story actually becomes real in people's brains. It's just crazy to think about.
With propaganda, but Westerners are far more naive. They think they could never fall for such cheap tricks.
I'm Russian. I grew up in Russia, and when people in the West talk about propaganda, I usually understand the theory they're describing, but emotionally it feels foreign, because what they imagine is very clean, very cinematic. Real propaganda is messer, more boring, more human. For a long time I thought propaganda was something that only worked on people who weren't very smart. And that belief itself is exactly what propaganda relies on. Because propaganda doesn't need to make you stupid.
They just try to see, but I will also say, just because you're smart or have a high IQ doesn't mean you're gullible. I would say propaganda mainly depends on, I don't know if you're gullible or not, because smart people can be gullible. Okay? Like, that's just, like, it's just true. It's just true. You can see it with, like, looking in the past and seeing, like, the smartest people with the highest IQs do gullible things and believe silly things. Okay? So,
just needs to make you tired.
Just because you're smart doesn't mean you're not going to fall for propaganda. Because a smart person, like, it's more about trust. Like, somebody can tell you something, you trust them, but they just lied to you because they believed something that was actually propaganda. So, like,
when you live inside it, propaganda
just because you're smart doesn't mean you're not gullible.
Doesn't arrive as an event. There is no moment where you say, ah yes, now the propaganda has begun. The real version is quieter, more psychological, more human. Propaganda doesn't shout at you until you believe. It talks until you're too tired to care. And that's why it works.
Yeah, I will say a lot of Trump, I would say a lot of Trump, like, because he spreads a lot of propaganda, a lot of Trump voters and fans don't really look on, like, him, dude. This guy's a billionaire. He cares about the billionaires. And he's just done so much bad things in the past. You know? Like, and he's been around crazy people. Like, he was around Diddy for a long, long time. He was also around Epstein. I don't know what he did with them, because there's no evidence, because I'm assuming he destroyed it. Or, like, if there was, he destroyed it. Or, if there was, he also, I heard that he removed a lot of the things that he was mentioned, the pages that he was mentioned in the Epstein files. Like, I just feel like he's not a good person, and you can tell. Look at what he did with Obama. That was a racist video. The AI generated video of the Obamas as monkeys. He also posted about that he was God. There's another politician that thinks of Trump like God. Like, it's absolutely just craziness. Like, I believe that Trump probably sees himself as God. Like, everybody around him is I forgot what it's called, but it's like when you just, like, he's a suck up. Like, everybody, like, sucks up to him and tries to make him happy, I'm assuming, because when you like listen to him, like when he talks about on podcasts and stuff like that, he will say that like he will talk about things that are just against his views, and if you believe anything that he's against, you're like below him. Like that's just, and he can't take any criticism, I feel like, either.
Now imagine what happens when slop deepfakes allow propaganda to be churned out at scale. To be clear, this isn't something that's going to happen in the future. It's already happened.
So, if you've made it to the end, thank you, and I do appreciate it, but, the video cut out because my mic stopped working. So, I'm making this video into a part 1 and part 2. Also, makes it easier because it's a long video. So, thank you, and see you guys later.